Hello.
Aaron,
Uh, there you go.
I thought you were in the pool by Mark.
I was. I saw your wife and your sister-in-law and your granddaughters today at Lamalo. Where were you?
Where was I? Where am
You
I
work?
usually?
Were you working?
Don't think so. I was working on the golf course.
Oh, wow. Successful?
Not really, but it was fun. It was fun anyway. Okay. All right. Let's wait for the rest of the gang.
Did Ernie play today too?
No,
No.
Ernie's busy packing. Leaving, so
Oh, right. Yeah, he's going to safari. When's he leaving? Sunday?
Sunday, yeah. Okay. Let's hang on and wait for them.
Okay. Uh,
Good afternoon, everybody.
Ernie.
Tomorrow we're going to learn at shul at 6:30. We are on Pei Daled, 84.
Ernie, isn't there something? When does it start by Richie and Thing, which you are? I think it's a little too late at 6:30.
What
You
time?
Mark, what time is the Shalashidas? It's 5:30, the Shalashidas.
Yeah, Ernie. Yeah.
Maybe we should learn at 4:45 or 5?
Yeah.
5.
Five.
Okay. Where do you want to learn at shul?
Yeah. And walk over to Richie afterwards.
Fine.
5 o'clock?
Fine, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay, 5 o'clock. So that's where we can all walk over to Richie afterwards.
Harold.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to call Tzvika later because I usually learn with him then, but sometimes he won't answer the phone right before Shabbos. So if you see him in shul, tell him that we're going to have to do it on Sunday instead of on Shabbos because of this event. That I have to I forgot that we had an event.
Yeah.
So just remind him for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Harold, just want
Yes.
to let you know we're giving Kiddush at Yavne tomorrow in honor of our granddaughter. So
Oh, very nice. Okay.
your mums are invited if you
About what time you guys finish, approximately?
About 11.
11:15.
Okay. Okay, very good.
Okay,
Thank you.
please come. Okay.
Thank you.
Pay Dalit. So we said that Kodshim, bird, right? Kisui Adam, covering the blood after Shkita, is a requirement when you shecht a bird and when you shecht a chaya, like a deer, not a behemoth. And then we said that if Kodshim, the birds that are brought for Kodshim, it doesn't apply. And we talked about that it was Bedek Habayis. Somebody had donated a bird to the temple upkeep, which they then sell, or they can sell, but you can't eat from it because it belongs to the Beis Hamikdash. So the Gemara said, since you can't eat it because it belongs to the Beis Hamikdash, it's a shchita sheina ru'uya. It doesn't lead to achila, therefore it doesn't require kisu. Ask the Gemara, what do you mean? just redeem it. We know you can redeem something from Bedek Abayis. Then you can shecht it and eat it. We're talking about it had been shechted already. So the Gemara says, "Ba'in and amodav aracha." One of the requirements for redeeming something is you have to stand it up in front of experts who assess its value. Well, this animal's been killed already, been shechted. You can't do amodav aracha. Uchemat. Now, who is this going like? That Reb Meir held that even animals that were donated to Bedek Abayis had to undergo Hamodav Aracha, but Ha'amar Reb Meir also is known to say Shchita she'en ruya shma Shchita. A Shchita that does not lead to Achila still is called Shchita and should require Kisui. But Reb Shimon said, animals that belong to Bedek Abayis cannot undergo Hamodav Aracha. So the Gemara has to explain. Rav Yosef Rebbe, it's a third time. Nosiv le'a libet tanoi. He splits the difference. B'shchita shein ruya sarva Reb Shimon. He says that a shchita that doesn't lead to achila is not a good shchita. But Hamodav Aracha sarva like Reb Meir, that you can do Hamodav Aracha. V'boy sema kula Reb Shimon. You could say the whole case is according to Reb Shimon. Shiny hacha, domer kro b'shafach v'chisa. It says you shall, if you spill the blood, you have to cover it. That's animals that all you need to do is shchita and cover it. It needs a third step, redemption. Once you got to that teretz, afilu tema kodshem mizbeach. It doesn't have to be kodshe Bedek Abayis, even kodshem that are offered on the mizbeach. Only animals that get kisui adam are ones that you need shchita, and that's it. We've said that by if you put the blood of the bird on the mizbech, you have to scrape it off. So it's missing other actions besides just shchita. Marbar Avashi Omar Krochaya O'ov. Another reason why kodshim do not need kisu. The Torah says a chaya or an oath, and there's a hekesh. Ma chaya ain't a kodesh. There is no example of a wild animal, a chaya, that is roy lemizbeach. Af oath ain't a kodesh. So too, that this law of kisu doesn't apply to kodshim. Maybe birds that only there are two kinds of birds, toirin ubnei yona, turtle doves, right, and pigeons. All other birds are not offered. Maybe those don't need kisui, right? Only otzi turn ubnei yona sheish b'minan kodesh. Lo, kechaya, ma chaya lo chilakta ba. Just like by chaya, we said all chayos need kisui. So same thing by birds. They didn't make a chiluk which birds, all birds require kisui. Armele Yaakov minol Rafa. Yaakov was a mean, but he was a Talmid Chacham. So he was able to ask Rav a question. Chai is in the category of behema regarding simone kashrus, split hoof and chew its cut. Why don't we say that just like a chay requires kisui, behema requires kisui too? Omer lei, alecha amar kra ala arz tishmechenu kamoy. That when you shech the behema, the blood flows like water. Ma maim lo boy kisui. So water doesn't require kisui. Avhai nami lo by kisui. Blood of a behemoth is like water, doesn't require kisui. Ela meyata yad bilubo. If dam is compared to water, why don't we go in the mikveh in the blood? Amar kra'ach mayan vor mikveh mayim yetahor. These bodies of water, whether it's a spring or a bore or a mikveh, it has to be with water. Hani in, midiachrini lo. Going into a pool of blood will not be mitar you. But maybe that's only coming to exclude other beverages that are not water. Aval dam deikri mayim, maybe hachanami that you can do tvila. Trey miyutiksiv, mayan mayim ubor mayim. Ema aydivad lemute shar mashkin, but chad lemute zochlim and chad lemute mechunosim. Maybe other liquids, either flowing or standing, have been excluded, but not blood. Flosim miyutiksiv, mayan mayim, bor mayim, mikveh mayim. And that excludes even blood, for it to be a medium of tefillah. Johnny, we're going to learn tomorrow at 5 o'clock at the shul.
Okay. Fine. 5 tomorrow? Oh, shoot.
Asher yatsud, you have to trap an animal. Eli al asher yatsud. Maybe kisui is only when you hunt an animal. What if they're in your home already? You go to geese and chickens. Any kind of food that you're going to capture to eat. In limdator derech eretz. Shlo yochel adam basar ella be'azmana hazos. The Chazal are giving us, meat is very expensive. You should eat meat rarely, just like it takes time to go and hunt meat. Otherwise, you'll end up poor. When your boundaries have been expanded, and you want to eat meat, you have to share. Limda tor derchos. You shouldn't eat meat regularly. When you have a desire for it, you should eat it. Should you just go buy meat in a market? You shall shecht from your own flock. It means someone who owns a lot of cattle can afford to eat meat. Otherwise, it's too expensive. Should you shecht all of your animals to eat it? Kol tzon v'yochel? No. Meat korcha, meat soincha, v'lo kol b'char, v'lo kol tzonecha. Not all of it. Mikadam Rav Elazar ben Azariah. Mishiyesh lamana. Mana is 100 zuz. I did some research for this Gemara. It took, most people lived on 1 zuz a day. We know in the Ksuba, you gave mana Masayim. Mana is 100. It took for most people in Talmudic times, they lived on 200 zuz a year. So Mishi Yesh Lo Mana, if your net worth is 100 zuz, now remember, it only takes 1 zuz a day to live. So if you have 100 zuz, that's your net worth. Yikach lefaso litra yerak. You shouldn't buy meat. You should eat vegetables. Now, if you have a saramana, if you have 1,000 zuz, right? Yikach lefaso litra dogim. You can buy a liter of fish. Chamishi mana is 5,000 zuz. Yikach lefaso litra basar. Then you can buy for your dinner meat. Meya mana, which is 10,000 zuz. Remember, you needed 200 zuz to live. So think about it. Let's say it takes $100,000 to live now. So you're talking about somebody with $10 million. That's that yishpasu lo k'der b'chol yom. Then he can have a pot full of meat every day. The inche emas. So when should other people eat these things? Erev Shabbos, Erev Shabbos, just Friday night. That means they should eat much less expensive food during the week and save these things for Shabbos. Rav said we should follow this. Rav, they could keep themselves going with just a little bit of food. If you have a penny, you should buy whatever food you need. Otherwise, you get sick. We don't even have money. We borrow, and we use borrowed money to eat. Your sheep will be your clothing. You should wear wool from sheep. That means your business should be sheep. He says, if you owned land and you were a farmer, you should sell it and buy sheep. Makes more money. So don't sell your sheep and buy land. First of all, they make income. They produce milk. They produce wool. You sell it, and it keeps you. It's an income. I mean, I guess a sada is an income too. I guess it's more reliable because sometimes fields wouldn't grow. The day chalav izim, you should drink goat milk. You can make a parnasa from milk from your sheep and goats. It means you shouldn't shech them to eat meat. Then you'll be deprived of their milk. You should, if you only have a little bit of bread, you should eat it before your family. Because if you get sick, you won't be able to produce any salary for your family. But you have to give life to your young girls. You have to sustain your young people. Or some say you should spend little when you're young. Teach your children to not necessarily to like meat and wine so much. Let them get used to being satisfied with less. Rav Yochanan. Harod says she is asher yasok b'meimadaka. You want to be wealthy? Go into business of sheep and goats. Rav Chizda ma'idich si v'ashtaros tzonecha shema asros is baleim. They can become wealthy. Rav Yochanan. Kasad v'charshin lo kasad v'poishrin. Safer to drink a cup made by magicians and don't drink lukewarm water because that's dangerous. It's not heated up enough to kill all the germs. That's metal. But lukewarm water in an earthenware vessel is okay. As long as you didn't put herbs in it. But if you put spices in it, even if in lukewarm water, you can drink it. As long as you didn't boil. All of these are warnings if you didn't boil it. But if you boiled it, you can drink it. So they understood that boiling would get rid of the bad germs. If a person got a big Yerusha and you want to become poor, Yeah, Yilbash Klei Pishtan. He should buy expensive Roman linen. Ishtamish Beklei Schuchis. Use glass, which was very expensive. Yiskor Poalav Al Yeshiv. Hire workers, but don't supervise them. Yilbash Klei Pishtan Bekit the Rumisa. Roman linen, which was costly. Vishtamesh Beklei Schuchis. Begizus Achivris, a white glass, which was expensive. These are cattle drivers. The Nafish Psidayu, they'll drive the cattle through bad ground and they'll cause damage. So you have to supervise them carefully. Dorash Rav Avira. Zimnin Amar Le Mishmeid Ravami, V'zimnin Amar Le Mishmeid Ravasi. Maidich Siv Tovi Ishchoinen Umavi Chalkel Dvar B'Mishpa. Happy is the person is good who lends money, and he does everything b'mishpa. You should eat and drink on less of a level than what you own. However, you should dress like you should overdress. You should dress exactly within your means, not less. And you should make sure that your wife and your children dress better than you do. Shehein tluyin bo, they are dependent on you. The person is dependent on Hashem. Darsh Ravena Apisko de Beresh Galusa. Hashoichet lechoyle b'Shabbos. Somebody has sakon in the foshes, and you have to shecht for him. You can't shecht on Shabbos, but for somebody whose life is in danger, you're allowed to shecht. Chayiv lechasos. Kisu is considered part of shchita, and therefore, just like they give you permission to shech, they give you permission to do kisu, and kisui might involve even isur deraisa, like tchina, like digging. Other Rishonim learn only midrabbanan. Rashi though says even midoraisa. Rabbi Yishtamakam, I don't understand. Unbelievable. Lishmetu lamormine. They shouldn't publicize this. The Tanya, Rabbi Yossi Omer. Koi, ain't shachna sobiyotov. Koi is a suffix, whether it's a chaya or not. So because it's a suffix, we advise you don't shecht it. In shachtu ein mechapsin is damo. If you did shecht it, you don't violate yontif to do kisu adam when it's only a suffix. Mikal v'chomer. It's Rabbi Yossi learns it from a kal v'chomer. Uma mila shavado doich Shabbos. If we know for sure today is the 8th day, it's doich Shabbos, but ain't sveika doich yontif. If we're not sure, let's say it was born bein hashmoshes, 8 days before, we don't violate yontif for mila. Kisu shein vadoy doich Shabbos. Kisu that it is not doich Shabbos. Ain't din shein sveika doich yontif, then certainly, if it's a suffix, it should not be doich yontif. Amr lo tkiya shofar b'gvulin tochiach. Blowing shofar on Shabbos, not in the Beis Hamikdash. We're not allowed to blow shofar on Shabbos because you might carry it. But in the Beis Hamikdash, you can. So in Gvulin she'ein vado doich Shabbos, even if you know for sure that a person is obligated to listen to shofar, you don't blow it on Shabbos. Usfeika doich yontif. You're going to say that if it's a suffix. We'll see what kind of suffix we're talking about in a minute. Usfeika doich yontif, which like on Rosh Hashanah. So therefore, that means when Rosh Hashanah falls out during the week, and you have people like a tumtum or androgynous, where we don't know for sure that they have a chiyuv tkir shofar, you still blow it. So he wanted to say you could do kisui adam on yontif as well. However, heishiv Rabbi Elazar Kafar beribi tshuva. Mala mila shkein enonek b'leili yomim tovim. Mila is a chiyuv on day, not at night. Torah b'kisu shenoig b'leila yomim u'toivim. But you can shech day and night. So maybe kisu adam also can override yontif. Rav Abba, zecha ben advarim shem Rav Chia ein li aleim tshuva, ve'heshiv Rabbi Elazar kafar b'ribi tshuva. That Rav Chizda said, I have no answer, but Rabbi Elazar brought an answer. Ktani miyas kisu she'ein vado derech Shabbos. We said, but kisu adam does not, you can't do it on Shabbos. My vadoi, the kisu, what are we talking about? It's vadai, but even so, the kisu is not derech Shabbos. Isn't it lava shochet the chola b'Shabbos? You have permission to shech for a chola, but you still can't do kisu on Shabbos. That's so Ravena, when he said you should do it, must have made a mistake. Maybe he was not supposed to shech, but he shechted it. And then you say you can't do it. But what if you were permitted to do the shechita? Maybe you could do it. So the Gemara says, no, do me the mila. Ma mila birshus. The mila, you're permitted to do mila if it's the 8th day. Av kisunami birshus has to be a case where you were permitted to shech. We're talking about the person that's sakon nefashos. Amr lo tkiya shofar b'gvulin tochiach. She'ein vada doich Shabbos usfeka doich yontif. There are times where sometimes we know for sure there's an obligation to blow shofar on Shabbos, yet we don't do it outside Beis Hamikdash. But there are times where safek is doich Rosh Hashanah. My sfeka. Ilem is safek chol safek yontiv. That we're not sure today is the first day of Rosh Hashanah, the second day of Rosh Hashanah, meaning it's chol yontiv. Hashtavada yontiv dachya. Well, you're allowed to blow shofar when we know for sure it's yontiv. Safek yontiv, safek chol maboy. Then there's no question that you're allowed to do it if it's a safek. Rather, we're talking about a safek ish, safek isha. We don't know this is an androgynous or a tumtum. And we only blow a shofar when we know for sure somebody has a chiyuv to do it. This will continue tomorrow.
Yeah, Johnny, good Shabbos and Shkoyach. Johnny.
One second. Yeah.
We're giving Kiddush tomorrow in honor of our granddaughter that was born at Young Israel. So if you feel like walking over, you're very welcome. We'd love to have you.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll see how my day goes, but okay, great.
Okay.
Tomorrow at 5 o'clock at the shul.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Is Mario not here?
Where's Mario?
I don't know.
I'll call him, make sure he knows.
Okay.
Okay. I'll let him know if I see him in shul.
Okay. And Ernie.
Shabbos.
Ernie left.